Right then, hopefully this is going to be a overview video of Amarok transfer case rebuild. So this is a transfer case from a 3 litre V6 Amarok. We get quite a few inquiries for the chain replacement. So we've got these products listed on the website. I thought we'd do a brief overview and a quick rebuild video showing what's required and hopefully how easy it is to do. In doing this, we're also hoping to have some bonus material. Here we've got a 4.2 Q7 transfer case. I'm led to believe that the diff from this will fit inside there. Looking at them from the outside, that looks a lot bigger than this, so we're soon going to find out when we get them stripped. So we're going into a bit more depth with these because, like I say, we get a few reports of what they believe is the chain skipping. On the Amaroks, we've never actually experienced it on any of the trucks we've built here, and that's mainly on the modified one. So a standard Amarok's around 500 to 550 newton meters of torque. A lot of the ones that we're tuning to 400 horsepower are closer to 900 newton meters. And on all the road applications, we've never really experienced the skipping. It's only on some of the off-road Tuaregs, which have a very similar setup, that we've heard the similar noise. So we're hoping that when we open this up, we can actually figure out whether it is the chain or whether it's diff related, and whether replacing the chain is actually going to be worthwhile or not. So we're hoping to go into this in a bit more detail, and like I say, if the parts from these are an upgrade and the work, we'll also have them available on the website as well. So we'll do a time lapse now, stripping this one. We'll get this one opened up. Hopefully we can use the parts from this. Otherwise, I've wasted a couple of £100 on buying that on eBay. If that's the case, if anybody wants a 4.2 transfer case, it'll be for sale on eBay. Right, so we've got the Amarok transfer case opened up, Q7 transfer case opened up. Find it very hard to believe that these chains are stretching and slipping. If anybody's got a chain that they think has stretched and slipped, I'd be very interested in getting some measurements off it, or send it to us and I can mock stuff up, because I don't think that's a problem. Same with the Q7 box. The chains are very similar and I'd be very surprised if they're slipping. You need to make sure when you're refitting these chains that the coloured links go the right way around. So that one like that. When we're refitting the new chain, you'll see there's a couple of links at a different colour. They need to be fit exactly the same way around. That's the diff. That's the Amarok one. And that's the Q7 one. Does look like they're going to be a direct swap. Oh yeah, winner. So yeah, so it does look like that's a goer. So we're going to be using the diff from the Q7. Before I just refit that, we are going to strip them down and have a look inside them. So there's a couple of self-study programs that are worth having a look at if you want to do a bit of research on these. They are, for the Audi, SSP 993603, and for the Amarok, SSP 464. They do actually say this is a 52-48 split, and that's a 60-40 split. So whether you'd ever notice that, I doubt it. So I'll get these pulled apart now and we'll compare them size-wise. other than obviously visual difference with the housing, that's fully machined from the Q7, still casting imperfections on the Amarok. The only other difference is the 6 helical gears as opposed to 4 on the Amarok. So exactly how much of a difference this is going to make, I think it'll be marginal, to be honest. One thing to note when they're built back up, there's very little play in the Q7 diff. The Amarok diff, noticeable. And if I get mic near, you might be able to hear it. So, see how much difference that makes. I don't know if I've already mentioned this, but that is a Q7 chain and this is the Amarok chain. Obviously you can see there's a fair bit of difference in that. Although we've said we don't think the chain is a problem, we could potentially upgrade to the Q7 chain. The gears obviously from the Q7, obviously a fair bit thicker than the Amarok. Overall, height-wise, they're the same, but there's a different offset just there. I think if we machined a spacer, so that'd sit between there and there. So at the moment, when that's on, this is Q7 gear on Amarok transfer, that gear is touching on there. So I think that has got a little washer in, but if we machined a little spacer to make that height up, I reckon we could run that on that side, then it'd just be a case of swapping the other one. We might have to do something similar, but I think there's enough clearance casing wise. I'll double check it, but I might look at that. When we fit this to the Amarok, I might take the other one off and have a play about with that. We'll see how this works first. It's all built up. Q7 4.2 centre diff, new chain, ready to go. We're going to get that fitted to our Amarok as soon as possible. It's probably going to be about a month's time. When we take the other one out of the Amarok, I'm probably going to strip that and have a look, see how bad it is compared to this one. I should say thank you to, I think it's a Modrock forum, so Australians. There's a guy who posted this info on there called Steve. And there's a transmission company in Australia, I can't remember the name, probably put it in the description or something. I think they figured this out originally, so thanks to them for sharing that. Next test is to fit it, see how we get on. If anybody needs any bits of any of these V10 diff parts, Q7 diff parts, email us quick, because if not, they're going into scrap.